Hello guys and welcome to MX5 World Sim Series 2025 Season Invitational League Round 14, and today we are driving around Navarra medium layout. So we started the season from here, but it was a different layout, it was a long one, so this is much shorter. Red lights and away we go. So I started the race from the 4th position, so very good qualifying for me again. And I'm already like a little bit like under attack. Carlos Horn behind me, or at the moment he's alongside me there. He's trying to make a move on me, also a little love tap from behind, but didn't change too much. We are still going side by side. And this is a very simple track, so this is almost like a back straight. We are going flat out here, a little downhill, so we will gain a lot of speed. And we are going side by side still, and at the end of this straight we are going to have a very hard, almost like a 90-degree right angle turn, and this is where I'm losing my position to Carlos Horn, so I'm now holding 5th position. And that's pretty much the lap. We only have like 2 corners left, so this left-hander and then the right-hander to the uphill, and that's 1 lap down and many more to come. Alright, and then we have lap 4, and at the moment things were looking quite good. We were having this 5 cars group, and we were getting away from the cars behind. So behind me Alexander Longo almost 2.5 seconds away, and Navarra is giving him some hard time, so it's good for us. And then I will skip to lap 5. As you can see, there's almost like 2x2 battling going on, and Carlos Horn going there very slowly. I'm also having a tow from the car in front, so I'm following him lead, dive inside there and managed to make a move on Carlos Horn and back to the 4th position. This is now lap 7. As you can see, we are still quite close to each other, and I think almost every lap it was like this, so at least one of the cars were going defensive as others were trying to take advantage of that. And I also think this track is very it's very suitable for this kind of racing, having long straights. Now this is lap 8, and I'm trying to make a move on Tony Vallas. I'm trying to follow Albert Palahi. However, as I was going very slowly through that corner, that will give Alexander Longo behind me a chance to make a move on me. And now Carlos Horn behind, he's going to, or trying to make the move from the outside. I played this corner quite safe. I went very slowly through the corner maybe, so I could have been more aggressive, but it is what it is. So I'm gonna lose position there, and behind me now Navarra, and I'm holding now 6th position. Alright, here we have lap 10, and what we are witnessing here is a battle between Loras den Auden and Carlos Horn, and they both of them go like almost like defensive to this left-hander, so I was trying to take advantage of that. Loras den Auden went very deep to the corner, so that will give me a chance to put my car alongside him, and I think he will have to brake a little bit coming to this left-hander, yeah, so that will give me a chance to make a move. And that's the move done. And lap 11, I think this is where we are going to have like a close call. Let's pay attention to car behind Loras den Auden. I think he missed his braking point, went through all of us. I think it's some kind of miracle that he didn't hit anybody there, but luckily he didn't, so we all survived. And yeah, it's easy to make that kind of mistake in a heat of a moment. Also, that will give Sander a chance to try to make a move on me, but he had to slam on the brakes, so that will, or I will have my chance to get my positions back straight away. We are going side by side, and I think yeah, you can kind of go too wide to the first corner, but I think it's not very easy. It's possible. Sander is still hanging around outside, but at least here, or yeah, here it's very like one line that you can take effectively. However, as we are now reaching this, what I call a back straight, this will give a Sander very nice toe. Also, we are having to say downhill, so we are also gaining more speed than Mazda would usually give us. And Sander will make a very nice dive. This right-hander, you can see just as I was trying to, or starting to turn inside, I noticed there's car inside. So I had to make this little avoidance or reactionary move. But still we are going side by side. Let's see if I can still hang on to my position. Also, I haven't had a chance to race with Sander for a long time. We had some good battles in Sunday Drivers' Cup. So good to see him there. Of course, I was giving everything. And I wasn't like happily giving up onto my position. But yeah, he managed to make a move on me. Fair and square. Also behind me now, Lorenzen out, and he will put his car inside. So at this point I thought, 3 wide, no thank you. I will back off and live to see another day. And as if that's not enough, I will make a mistake and lose yet another position. So not the greatest moment for me in this race, but there are still many laps to go. So let's push forward. Alright, lap 17, this is where we are going to have a little surprise, so we are going to have a contact up front. Just usual racing incident, I would say. However, in that mess, I managed to overtake Sander. However, yeah, iRacing thought that I cut the corner, whatever. I was still able to serve the penalty quite well, just had to lift off the throttle very slightly. There we go, penalty served. But yeah, my lead from Sander didn't last too long, so this is lap 18. And yeah, I think I maybe missed my braking point or went a little hot to the corner. But yeah, Sander managed to get his car inside. We are still going side by side. Let's see if I can hang on to my position. But most likely not. He's having the inside line unless he's going to make a mistake. No. So yeah, but we were having quite nice battles between Sander. Lap 20 or starting lap 21. I got a good run from the last corner, and I will make very textbook stuff move through these first corners, and race between me and Sander continues. I think also it was around the time it started to rain, and that will change the race a little bit. So this is now end of lap 27. So it had been raining for multiple laps now, and I was already starting to feel like I was losing control or losing grip and wasn't totally controlling the car. And you will see at the end of this lap I will come into the pits and change to the wet tires, which turned out to be a very good decision, and we will see why in a moment. But yeah, I think compared to Sander, I was very slow with the slick tires in these conditions. So I thought I got nothing to lose, only to gain. So let's go to the pits at the end of this lap. Actually, at this point I hadn't decided yet, but it was this fast left-hander, where you can see I was just understeering like hell. And then I'm losing yet another position for a car behind me. So now, pay attention to gap between me and Sander. It's like 1 second, I think it's over 1 second, 1.2 seconds when I'm diving into the pits and changing to wet tires. I had no idea, is this a good idea, or am I making a clown out of myself? But into the pits we go, and at least one of the cars were following me. Charles Kellyman behind me, he came to the pits as well. Now out from the pits, and now it's very important to get a good outlap with the wet tires, and through that corner There was no grip at all, and I was very worried. Did I make a mistake? Was this a wrong decision to make? But then I heard my racing engineer told me that the leaders were pitting as well, so I thought maybe I made a good decision, or at least others are also making a bad decisions. So same. Anyway, into the last few corners of the lap we go. Also, I think David Mitchell in front is having a slick tire, so you can see how much I actually gain with the wet tires. And now, as we are coming out from the last corner into the main straight, let's pay attention to the pit exit. So Sander is now in pits. He went changed the wet tires 1 lap later than I did. And this is classical example of what undercut is. So here goes Sander, and pass by we go. So very nice, right decision to go to the pits earlier. Also, it helped me that Charles Kellyman was straight away making a move on Sander, and I think Sander then spun, so the race between the two of us then ended. And that was pretty much the race. I'm now holding 5th position, and I think, yeah, so this is already the last lap of the race, so I will finish the race in this position, in 5th position. So started from the 4th, finished in 5th, lost 1 position during the race. Not a disaster. Very good race, and I think this condition changed during the race, especially this way, so that we started in dry conditions and then went to the wets. It was very interesting, especially because the rain wasn't too heavy, so it was so-so. But anyway, at this point I want to thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time. Thank you and bye bye.